I want to start by giving thanks to everyone who listens.
I wanted
to the Chocolate Dip family.
Model,
I want you guys to know that I appreciate that in the second wave of just trying to figure out just the experience, like how to make the experience, how to make you feel like you've been enwrapped in a blanket, like we're rocking you to sleep with a chocolate, like a Cadbury egg, just sitting next to your bedside that you get to have when you wake up in the morning.
Not really a good chocolate to be having for our friends.
Bedside is not a good bedside chocolate.
Nah.
Oh,
that's okay though.
Okay, what's a good bedside chocolate? M&M's?
Single origin, 75% dark cacao.
Kids don't eat that, man. The Bible says to make yourself like a child. If we're children of God, children ain't eating 75% single origin Ethiopian,
our baby
sustainably
will.
sourd,
Once we get that
slavery-free chocolate. Kids ain't eating no slavery-free chocolate.
Women-owned foods.
Do you know what kids want?
What?
Kids want questionable origin, multiple origin chocolate. Unsustainably sourced. Deforestation. Okay.
Well, some people thought maybe I was playing favorites with hot dogs.
But I wanted to thank you guys. I don't know. I don't know the relevance, but I wanted to thank y'all for we would
the relevance of thank you. You don't know that? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, that sound.
Hello, duh. We're talking about lowbrow things, and I just did a thing on hot dogs.
Oh, okay. I mean
that wasn't
that's
even
a
from
hard
left
that's a
field.
hard sell.
Nah.
Okay. I mean you're the soundboard genius. I'm not, so I won't question it. But
okay,
the fact that so giving us the space. No, you didn't interrupt me. Giving us the space to miss a week, I guess. I've just been really I don't know. I've been
we took off the holiday. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but the first 2 years rather. Yeah. Nothing, bro. But I'm just trying to do this better. It's been just really trying to. The Lord's been. God's been. I've been under construction, big time. And especially in the genre.
There's been cones around our bed when I wake up. There's like traffic lights.
But thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I hope that what the Lord is doing in me is transferred to you in the form of pleasure. Now, before I go any further, I want to introduce today's sponsor. This is a good one.
Oh.
I've been trying to find sponsors that are more that have the broadest application to our audience. And this is, I think, Porsche. We are part of the Porsche family. So even though most of you aren't going to be able to get one, you're still part of the family, right?
Yeah.
We still have the jackets. We still got racing stripes on our pants if you want. And so that's that. And then I Am's Human. Okay, some of you guys, maybe you don't like dog food that's been adapted to humans. And I understand that because there is the tinge of inhuman food. Right, quite literally not quite human food. But I Am's Human is trying to do better. They're trying to do their best to make their food taste more human. More for humans. Today is not that is not the case at all. Today's sponsor is Anime Shorts. Anime Shorts. Oh. Anime Shorts is a company founded by Hibate Nogushima, who is the grandfather of the last living samurai. So this guy comes from a long line talking about...
Are we talking about physical shorts to wear? Or
yes.
Are we talking about
shorts, briefs.
Like visuals?
Boxer briefs.
Okay.
He's descended from a line of samurai. Now, when his father approached him about becoming a samurai, or a Nobusha? They're in the Nobusha clan. Okay. He said no. And his father threw a fit. His father went crazy. And he was like, Dad, what if I carry on our legacy by giving people boxers that preserve their legacy, if you know what I mean. So anime shorts. I'm sorry, this isn't funny. Anime shorts, boxers provide comfort not at the expense of
you've got to get dressed.
Design. Design. So, what do I mean? Each pair of boxers is crafted by a human being. Number one, so none of this AI bull jive, none of that nonsense. These shorts are hand-stitched. Okay? By people in the Nobunaga clan. And the reason they're called anime shorts is because you can choose from their pre-selected. They have Naruto, every character, Sasuke,
you named the
Gaara, Naruto, Hinata, Rock Lee, yeah,
Guy Sensei,
Guy Sensei, and then okay, you don't like Inuyasha, One Piece.
Wait, that was Naruto you just named.
Shoot, I'm sorry, this is so exciting.
Yourself.
One Piece. I don't know any of the characters, but if that's your thing, cool. Ghost in the Shell. I know right now they just have Motoko Kusanagi. They even have the Scarlett Johansson shorts where it's going to have like, so for instance, Scarlett Johansson shorts has like an anime version of her. And it's going to have like either a pattern, either it's going to
be. This turned dark.
No, it's not dark.
The devil hopes you.
What do you mean? What's the difference between having Scarlett Johansson on your shorts as a man or Guy Sensei or a woman? You can wear boy shorts.
I know what Guy Sensei messed with. He looks beautiful by himself.
Anyways, Lauren. Then I guess these shorts aren't for you. I thought this sponsor was for everybody.
No, it's not for me.
Okay. So let me finish the ad because I'm not trying. You're messing with our money. What you're doing right now is you're messing with our money. And you're messing with the audience.
Cut this out.
No, okay, let me just finish the ad, please. So, sorry, guys. Anime shorts comes in XL, XXL, small, medium, large. So you got all the standard sizes covered. They ship within 2 days of your order. Like I said, they even have modern animes like Attack on Titan, Bleach. No, it's not too. It's terribly modern. Dandadan,
super old ones.
Dandadan. No, these are all just new, recent animes. Utena. So that's for the whatever you like. They got it. And if they don't got it, you can submit art. And they can do the back end where they need to get clearance from the. Like so, for instance, you want a Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball. They don't have Dragon Ball, which is crazy. You want a Dragon Ball boxers. They have to go through the process of, hey, we have a demand. If there's enough demand, they'll go to Toei Entertainment or Funimation, get clearance, and they'll make the shorts for you, custom order. So,
little
anime shorts.
Gingerbread initials for putting on presents.
And then Martha Stewart will provide Christmas edition
Anime shorts.
Yeah.
So, you guys use code Shate. That's my first name, and for 30% off your first order. They only come in bulk, so you have to order 10 or more. Anime shorts.
Okay.
This is okay.
This is
That's a sponsor.
Quality.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but we went to war this weekend, and though as in
you and I.
Well, in the life of the Christian, our fight is not against flesh and blood,
but against the principalities. Yes,
but for our government.
Oh, okay. You're talking about as American citizens.
Our fight is against flesh and blood. You know, and sometimes it's not even clear who exactly is the flesh and blood that we should be. Sometimes we just,
or sometimes it's clear and we're not doing things with that clarity. We're just putting it to bed, then walking past it.
So.
Picking something else up.
We're at audience. Chocolate. What is audience? I'm sorry, you guys. How dare I disrespect you? Chocolate dip friends and family. I'm sorry. I just coming off of the. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. We're coming
unapologetically
in
African
off of
Family First Festival
into war. And I know a lot of people are scared. Okay, let me ask you a question, Lauren. Everything I say is serious, and everything we say is sincere and honest. When you hear what the Bible calls wars and rumors of war, what does that do to you personally? Do you feel any type of way? Do you feel
I honestly
anything?
Don't remember any passages that say rumors. Like, I do know what you're talking about, like, but I couldn't tell you.
Oh, no. I mean in real life, I don't know. When America went to war in Afghanistan, Did you?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah, like you personally, like, do you feel more scared? Do you feel like future anxiety? I'm gonna blow my nose, but so let me take myself away from the mic. But Lauren, hold it down.
Okay. I feel like when we went to war with Afghanistan, I was too young and stupid to care. So
okay.
I didn't really think about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Which is not good because I was definitely not that young.
Had you seen the Left Behind series at that point in your life, do you think?
Probably.
Christian Rapture
I watched
films?
those pretty young. Yeah.
You had.
Yeah.
So how about, let me think, what's a more recent war than that? Have we been to war since then? We've definitely done drone strikes since then. Okay. When you hear today that we have gone to war in America, is there anything in you that feels terror? Do you feel terror at all?
No.
At all?
No.
And so it just doesn't matter to you?
It does.
Okay.
I have a different way that I deal with stress and terror.
Existential
and all that.
dread?
Yeah.
How do you deal with it?
I
how do you deal with the global apocalypse? Like if you were to see on TV an older white man, an older adult, he, him, his, straight. You know that, yeah, you go ahead and find it. If you see,
I mean, you just admitted you made my soundboard pretty messy. I don't know where that is, to be honest.
That's okay. If you see someone fitting that description, let me tell you a story. Chocolate family and friends. There's something called I think it's called like the Armageddon clock. And the funny thing is, I thought I like imagined it because I've never seen.
Wait, this is a real thing?
Yeah, it's like a clock. Let me see if I can find it really quick.
Older adult, straight, he, him, his.
Yeah, it's a yes. It's called it's freaky. It is actually
Doomsday
freaky.
Clock.
Y'all know I'm afraid of clocks IRL, right? If you guys don't know this, when I was a kid, my parents bought me a tape called A Child's Introduction to Telling Time. One of the things on our soundboard is actually from.
Actually, I was going to say I used one earlier.
Yeah, it's
but here,
What time is it?
Yeah,
I used one earlier, the dressed one.
Yeah, you did. Yes. Yeah. Correct. Also
too.
from that. This is it's supposed to teach kids how to tell time.
But he obsessively watched it as a kid, being morbid and
Yes,
loving
obsessed.
to be scared.
Yes,
I guess.
obsessed.
But you watched a lot of scary stuff even as a young. You kind of
like stuff that wasn't scary unless you pondered the infinite. Then it became scary.
No,
Yeah,
you showed it to me.
It is scary.
This is just scary through and through.
I've showed my Chinese students.
The animation of the characters is scary.
And
not even in I'm trying to be a cool person that's oh, it's so scary,
Yeah, it's actually scary.
No, it's just scary.
You
showed some Asian students.
I showed some. I showed some. The thing I'm saying is, I've never found anybody else besides you who sees how it is actually scary.
Yeah.
Everyone else is it's not scary. Maybe if I was in China with them, sitting next to them, I'd turn the lights off and said, "Hey, I'll be back. I gotta make some calls." Maybe they would be scared then. You know what I'm saying? Just sit in front of that incurably yellow clock. Maybe there's an experience. There's a gap. But
yeah,
I used to watch this, just as Lauren said, over and over and over. And to this day, I have a phobia of clocks. But
I mean, you're amazing at telling time, though. I'm pretty bad at it.
Thank
so
you. The clocks in the show and the movie and the tape were just yellow. They were yellow.
They're bright yellow with red numbers. And they weren't cute looking.
And they all had smiles.
Faces.
Yes. And the sounds in the tape were just so inappropriate.
Very the little kids is clearly a grown man voiced. And they didn't really do a good job hiding that. So it adds a creep factor.
There's also a point in the tape.
He's what time is it?
There's also a point in the tape, y'all. He has a hat on, this kid does. And there's one scene where he's turned around, so you see the back of his head. For some reason, the animators, so he has hair coming out the front of his hat, but when he turns around, you notice there's no hair. So me and my friends would say "bald in the back" in reference to this kid who's battling leukemia, I guess. Now, I'm talking about clocks extensively because there's something called the Doomsday Clock.
Oh, I actually know about
which
this. I
think is actually just scary.
Yes,
and. Based on world events, they'll set it. It's too close to midnight. Number one, it's not like the clock is on a normal day it's 3:00. No, on a normal day it's actually 11:57, and midnight is like that's it. So for instance, the wiki that I just pulled up, the doomsday clock pictured at its setting of 89 seconds to midnight last changed in January 2025. I mean, is that necessary? But it's based on how close people think we are to the end. Are you fascinated, Lauren? You seem raptured.
Well, I thought this was different.
So you have not heard of this clock? Is that what you're finding out?
Yeah. Was it like the Mayan calendar?
Yeah, there was some, people thought
that ended like way earlier though. It wasn't.
Yeah, people mistakenly.
Like,
yes, yeah. That was an actual thing in recent pop culture history.
Yes.
But the reason I say that is,
and then I thought you were talking about some like weird sundial thing that's predicted, or
sundials are also terrifying.
They are.
The original terror question. I like when I would hear about the doomsday clock being repositioned as like a younger person, it would like freak.
So people move it or what?
Yeah. The older white, the description that I gave you, they move it closer, and they used to like freak the crap out of me. So it would give me like dread about like world affairs in a way that I think is
It would give you dread about
of
war and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you don't have that.
I don't have that because I'm self-centered. And I have anxiety when I go outside of my tiny little scope. And I know that. That's a whole. But like if I end up feeling fear about the greater beyond or like things outside of my smallish world.
I need you guys to know something.
Sometimes
I'm looking at Lauren to like see where her head's at like while we're talking.
Yeah.
And like while I was talking about the doomsday clock, her facial expressions they didn't make any sense. Because I think something happened to Lauren like in the past 5 minutes when I started talking about the doomsday clock.
Okay.
Were you thinking about the President Donald Donald? Okay, so.
Oh yeah, he's
chocolate and family. So amidst the bombing of Iran,
we're gonna get.
I'm not laughing at.
We're gonna get turned off for that.
I'm not laughing at. The misery of other people.
No.
The Lord says he does not delight in the death of the wicked, so neither will I. There's a tweet that came out this weekend, y'all.
When I don't think there's been like only wicked people dying. That's the problem.
I'm correct. Yeah, I'm just saying.
And really,
I'm just black. I'm just black, man. I'm just black.
As far as just like mass killing people, that's the problem with war. You're taking away their ability to possibly come to know the Lord and have.
That's not the problem with war.
I'm not saying that's the only problem with war. I'm saying that's a problem with mass killing people.
Okay, that's an interesting take.
Private ninja assassination is the only thing that I accept.
What the freak?
Honorable death.
So Donald Trump tweeted, "The great B-2 pilots have." I can't do a Trump impersonation. I wish I could. The great B-2 pilot, and you know what? I may have a pet peeve to. No, I don't. Okay, the great B-2 pilots have just landed safely in Missouri. So the planes that bombed Iran landed safely again in Missouri. Lauren, the birthplace of Lauren's dad, actually.
Yes.
Thank you for a job well done. Okay, now here's what's hilarious. It says Donnak. This is an official tweet from the president. Donnak J. Trump, President of the United States. All caps. Donald is spelled D-O-N-A-K-D.
What?
Official tweet.
Like, did he misspell his own name?
Tweet from on high. Yeah, spelled his own name wrong. Yo, in his blood intoxication, blood drunk.
Oh my God.
The same fingers that type.
He's like Miyoga.
Someone wrote the same fingers that type Donka are the same ones on the nuclear button.
Oh my gosh. No.
That was courtesy of Johnstone Gregory. What do you get? Oh, is that for me to read?
That was
good. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Somebody post.
So
these are all from Threads, by the way. These are all from Threads. I've been loving Threads lately. I'm gonna read you some more just how people are feeling because we need to come together and huddle around the campfire for it may be our last. Someone wrote a note. It says, "Dear world, we're sorry, we're scared too. We're trying to get him out of power as quickly as possible. Love the majority of Americans." The flag is up. It's like a kid's letter. The flag's upside down.
Oh my god. Dear world.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
then someone
really
followed up
funny.
rightly. Candy J. Tarman 16. The majority of Americans elected President Donald Trump. Listen, and if you voted for this man, I do not hold you accountable for anything. You were just going on the best available information and your personal convictions. Listen, I'll never fry you for that, even if I think it was clear and present danger was running for office. But you know what? It's all good, man. I've made funny decisions. What? Okay, just shrugging. You got nothing for me, Lauren? What?
I was just itching my nose.
Okay, let me read y'all some more.
We should all pray to John Jones.
That's the kind of monologue you're having right now.
Yeah, I'm looking for something to read. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Someone else tweeted the greatest president in history, I guess.
Someone else tweeted that?
Yeah, the greatest president. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Is that interesting? Does that sound like a Klingon name to you?
What?
Oh, you didn't watch Star Trek, did you?
I watched very little, unfortunately.
What would you guys think if I added a K in my name? Where would you put it? Where would you put the letter at?
Shakti.
Okay, stop. The emperor has no clothes. What does that mean?
Oh, I forgot about the moral of that story. It had something to do with the emperor being adult and his clothes disappearing.
So
it was like
wait. What did you say? What did you just say? Can I have a confession?
Like the emperor being
Before I read you some more, I have a confession.
not a good leader kind of thing.
You know the phrase "the emperor has no clothes"?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, y'all, I think of Emperor's New Groove. Whenever I think of that quote, I think of Emperor's New Groove.
Then it just confuses you. You think of a funny llama.
I think of like people in that movie being naked, and that would be like a big no-no. Because that movie's not for adults.
No, it's not. I mean, it's for everyone. That movie is hilarious,
I burped on Mike.
by
I'm
the
sorry.
way.
There's a on the topic of war.
Sure.
I'm sure you guys are familiar. With the phrase MAGA, of course. It rules.
I did not know what that meant forever.
Oh, for real?
I really didn't. I had no idea.
So when people would say that, what did you think?
I just thought it was a Trumpism. I don't know.
It is. It is.
I know, but I didn't think it was an acronym.
Oh.
I just thought it was some like hurrah, MAGA.
Oh, right, like
some stupid barbarism.
Like an onomatopoeia
cry.
almost.
Sure.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
A word that sounds like the thing it's describing. Like plop.
Give yourself a pat on the back. There's a phrase, so we have MAGA. Since bombing Iran, and I can't...
Because this happened this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday. I can't relate to this type of...
I was too busy reading my Bible on Saturday.
MIGA is floating around.
Too holy.
What do you think MIGA means?
Oh, I don't know. What is that?
Make Iran great again.
Oh, is that really a thing?
Since bombing it.
Oh, okay.
Does that... Let me ask you a question. If I... Let's say we weren't married.
You and I?
Let's say I wasn't black, because I don't want
Okay.
to further perpetuate any harmful stereotypes. Weird. Yeah, I don't want to perpetuate any harmful stereotypes about black people. You were, I don't know, sitting at home watching TV after a hard day at work, single mom.
Why am I a single mom?
You went to sleep.
How did I?
I broke into your house, and I took.
You're a white weirdo?
Yeah, I took what was mine, or what I thought was mine.
Which is what?
Just milk, money,
Okay.
electronics. And then I vandalized the house and I spray painted "Make Your House Great Again." Like, would you take that as like I should?
What?
Yeah, would you? Like, I'm going somewhere with this. Stick with me, chocolate dip friends.
No. I mean, that's your fault that
You
I
look,
need to make
you look
my
too
house.
concerned.
Because the story is just weird. I can't even follow you on it. I'm a single mom, which doesn't make no sense.
Do you need me to explain that to you? How you could be a single mom? Like, just how that
No,
happens?
I mean, because I could be a lovely widow. You know, that could happen.
Okay, yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want it to be.
And then
I do my thing in your house, and I spray
we'll
paint.
just steal milk
Yeah.
and
Milk and value.
electronics.
And I spray paint "Make Your House Great Again."
Yeah, that's weird.
What it does that?
Just
what,
continue your strangeness because I can't follow you on it. I don't
so,
know.
I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
Bombing someone else's home. You
Yeah.
know, Iran.
Yeah, okay.
And then saying, make this country great again.
Oh, I see what
Do
you're...
you follow me? Does
Okay,
that?
yeah.
I guess my question is, I'm asking,
I'm sorry.
would you? What does that say about the sanity level of the person? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. You know what I mean? I'm not judging. I'm not. I don't necessarily have a horse in the race. I don't.
It bothered me that she was getting backlash for.
I mean, that's...
You don't like finishing that one? Okay.
It didn't fit what I wanted.
Okay.
I manipulate sometimes.
Okay. But you feel what I'm saying?
I do. Was that their goal? Like, here,
Well,
we'll bomb you and then hopefully you'll be kinder to us?
Here's what's going
Or
on, y'all.
make yourself...
To those of you who are loosely connected to the news, I'm hyper plugged in just to everything because it's just fun to me. But kind of like the war that we fought, kind of like in 2003 after 9/11, and was turned into like regime change. There was a lot of concerns over we're not really going to war to get rid of their nuclear capabilities. We actually want a different leadership. Same thing as the Iraq War, but the propaganda now seems to be.
We want a different leadership
in Iran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, we want to get rid of the leaders.
Yeah, kind of like how the last one.
Because we don't like dealing with these
Saddam
ones, or
Hussein.
what?
You're asking questions that are outside of the
okay.
scope of my. No, you're fine. You're right. I genuinely have no idea.
Well, you said.
But here, this is funny. No, but this is funny, and this
JFK assassination.
This is a testament to kind of the chaos I think that we live under.
Yeah.
So there was a large effort to say among politicians at press conferences and so on to say like, hey, this isn't about trying to install new leadership in Iran. And then somehow Donald got coerced into tweeting the following.
Okay, this is...
It's not politically correct to use the term, quote, regime change. But if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? Here we go.
What?
So what makes this extra funny is like they really went to great lengths to not say this.
And then Donald says it. Like it not admit that there's scheming. New people to deal with.
And then he's like, "Hey, I mean, if
that sounds
why not? Why
that
not?
tracks.
I mean, if it needs to happen,
I
why
swear,
not?
if the people that are telling him don't say this, that's not a good idea with him. He's like a kitty. He's kind of like you, where he just doesn't like to be told what to do. So this is
that's what it feels like.
It's not a good idea. He's like a contrarianism.
Yeah. So,
Did you remember the question? I'm not sure you did.
This is out of pocket. Somebody wrote. Well, actually, you know what? I need to give the people their credit. So I don't need to. I'm in the mode of like, don't out people if they say something that's.
Sounds like they're a broccoli head.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But I need to give these people their due credit. Somebody else wrote, "Miga sound like the positive racial slur for black people. So the N word.
Yeah.
To me, I'm tripping. Does it, Miga?
It does sound like that, yeah.
What's up, Miga?
That's not funny though. He's just looking for a laugh, and that's just like,
Oh, that's not funny.
no.
I like that because now I'm kind of embarrassed that I read it. I shouldn't have done that. How many? Wait. Okay,
I mean,
apparently he's not the only one.
Okay.
Somebody followed up. How any MAGA can actually repeat Miga with a straight face just goes on mine.
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, please.
No one should ever repeat this because here we are as Americans not living in that country, making an acronym for another country and trying to think of what we want them to do.
Yeah.
And we're not involved in their leadership at all. And then in order to deal with smarter, quote unquote, smarter or better or more foldable leadership, we think that blowing them up is going to be a good idea. I mean, it's just like none of those things make any sense.
Oh my gosh. Oh
so
my
to
gosh.
make someone easier to deal with, you terrorize them.
Oh my gosh. Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
even if someone's weak, I don't know. I mean, I lash out.
What?
Someone's like pulling my hair, I'm going to respond. Like that's just
Excuse me, what?
I'm saying
No. I actually didn't hear you.
because you're reading.
If someone's
comments,
pulling your hair,
I'm gonna lash out and respond.
what is pulling your hair? Is that like
It's
getting
like-
bombed?
Yeah, obviously, it was a horrible connection, but I'm saying any kind of
Wait. So if you saw New York City blow up from a foreign
I know that
adversary,
was really bad. I wasn't trying to.
America's dreadlocks got. Is that like?
Okay, I admittedly know
that
nothing
like-
about this. I thought they blew up an area that didn't have a bunch of people.
No,
Wasn't it-
that is correct. That is
Wasn't it
correct.
like an area that
This-
had like
No, this was not like
war
Tehran.
equipment, quote unquote, or something like that?
I don't know. You know what? Let's find out.
Because I thought that like I wasn't trying to like belittle that because it's still not okay. I was just trying to say what I was trying to say is something small on a small scale, honey.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to say you pull my hair, I'm gonna react. You kill my cat,
Okay.
I'm
you were
gonna react
advance-
even
okay.
more.
Okay,
So I'm just saying
you're
like
gonna advance the conversation.
any kind of thing that you're gonna do that's like bullyish. I don't understand how that's supposed to get me to come to the table and talk to you.
Right.
That makes no
Now you're
sense.
thinking with oil. And actually, the funny thing is, a lot of other political commentators who actually follow this type of stuff actually said similarly. So look at you. You looking for a new job?
That is disgraceful.
In political commentary?
100%
Because
not.
you could do that based on what you just said. Based on what you
Based
just
on
said.
the one thing I've said.
Did you grow up with a belief in the rapture, like the Left Behind style rapture?
I did, yeah.
You did.
Because my parents got really into the Left Behind series.
Uh-huh.
They like read them all. We like listened to them in the car.
Yeah.
When the movies came out, it was like a really big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did it? I know we've talked about those movies before.
Yeah, we have.
Did it freak you out in relation to like real life, or was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Well, because when I watched the movies, because I never read the books or anything, I was too young to care about that. But the movies freaked me out. Because, I mean, obviously the concept of, like, your parents leaving and then just, like, their clothes are there.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't good enough to go too. Like, that's obviously terrifying.
Wait.
You know.
You know what's interesting? Speaking of, just uncertainty.
It's just everyone running their route again in the world.
And, yeah. Because I also, when I was not a Christian.
Yeah.
Had a belief in the rapture because of
Left Behind.
I've seen one of them,
But
but I don't think I've seen one start to finish. But I've caught like some of it back when they used to show it on TBN.
Sure.
But I would always think like if the rapture happened, I don't know if I still believe this. Well, I don't. For the record, I don't believe in the rapture. I don't think it's a biblical. I don't think the Bible teaches the rapture of the church. But when I would think like if there was such thing as a rapture, wouldn't that immediately cause everybody to know, okay, the Christians were right? And the reason why I say I don't know if I still believe that is because it does seem like people have an ability to not believe really compelling evidence.
I mean,
you know what I
yes.
mean?
I
I guess I wonder what they would say if a bunch of people just disappeared.
just look at the Israelites.
But I guess Avengers
In the
Endgame
Old
did kind of
Testament.
give a rational alternative to like what could have happened. You know, when Thanos snapped his finger and a bunch of people disappeared.
Yeah.
Now that that precedent's been set, something like this could happen in real life. People may not ascribe the disappearance of millions of people to Christ, but instead do a galactic threat. Which I guess,
mean,
in a
that's
sense,
actually true.
you could call Jesus
I
a
love how-
galactic threat.
I love how you
in a
bring
sense.
it. Yeah.
So then is Avengers kind of like an end times?
I mean,
like a biblical end times flick.
yes.
I don't feel like you agree with me.
Well, I do. I'm
So then-
laughing because I'm full of joy thinking of like
So you are a Marvel scholar.
meeting Jesus.
You are a Christian woman. You fear God.
Yes.
In the Avengers movies, who is like the three prophets that like have a special anointing to like evangelize to the world in the end times? Vision?
No.
Scarlet
He
Witch?
just goes off and like has a
Gets-
romance in Europe. He's not really helping anyone. And then he's just trying to run away and live instead of helping anyone until the very, very end. Then he dies like a loser in the woods. It's like actually the most disappointing character.
Okay, I'm sorry,
because
y'all.
he's so Bianus.
I fully agree with you, and it aggravates me.
And the Scarlet Witch is like, I can't kill you. And then she does it like in Thanos'
two bad
presence in an
anuses?
obvious
Yeah,
way
yeah.
that like just makes it totally pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
And then she just decides that her fake dude, who's not a real man, his life
wait,
is
hold on.
his life
Well,
is.
no, why would you say that? Why would you?
I'm saying his
Oh,
life.
he's literally not
whoever-
real.
Yes, he's not.
Oh,
He's like
I
an
thought you meant
AI.
like you're coming at his masculinity. Okay.
No.
Sorry. Jump scare.
Well-
Masculinity jump scare. Continue.
She chose it,
Yeah.
he, him,
Okay.
over a bunch of black people. Like she literally brought this threat and was like, you know what? Your life is way more important than this precious young royal girl that's working on you that's probably gonna die. And all of your people, I don't even give a. And I'm barely gonna tap into my powers to protect you guys during the battle before. I'm just gonna be like emotive
Oh my god.
and moody because my boyfriend's upstairs being worked on.
Oh my god.
Like it's pathetic.
Oh my god. You did not.
It's pathetic.
Say that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, don't get
This
me
is
started.
the best
Don't get me
synopsis
started on
of
this.
Avengers I've ever heard. Of the ending sequence in Avengers. Okay, so it's not Vision.
No,
He's not one of the prophets.
100%
Is
not.
it Thor? None. Is it Thor? Okay, is it Bucky? Captain America has
You
to
know
be one.
what?
Okay.
Bucky is a good one
Okay.
because he's going amongst a different people group, living among them, herding sheep,
Wow.
like has a staff,
Wow.
is wearing a robe. He kind of plays into
Okay.
like the whole
So that's one of the evangelists.
old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like talking to the people.
How about, so that's one.
He's like Paul, actually, because he used to kill people and be messed up.
Wow.
And then he
the gospel,
and then he got shown the light
gospel of the Avengers. Yeah, I love this.
and changed.
I love this. And he was under the
And then
control
he
of the
was
enemy.
in
He was under the
chains
control of the enemy.
for the power
He
of
was.
the good.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Hydra. He was under the control of the enemy. Hydra. They had.
He was
He
imprisoned for a long time.
He was obedient to the power, the forces of dark. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. And but and I just learned that I kind of just put this together today. I was reading Galatians. He had the skills. So as Paul was you could say was revealed to him that the scriptures were about Jesus. So he had the knowledge, and it was just like a flip. Hey, the stuff you're reading is about me. Why are you persecuting me? Right? Paul's like, oh, all this stuff I've been studying and memorizing and all of this, insane scholarly work I've been doing and not seeing you in it. Now I see, right? so he can immediately be dispatched to preach, right? In the same way, Bucky had been trained as a soldier, had all the skills, and when Cap got him and, flipped the switch, no training needed. Just armed and dangerous, right? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And
then speaking of Scarlett Johansson,
yes.
for a second time on the podcast
Scarlett Johansson?
today, I think she was maybe...
Do you mean Scarlet Witch or Scarlett Johansson? That's two Scarlets.
Scarlett Johansson,
'Cause
the
I thought
actress,
you were talking about Scarlet
plays...
Witch earlier, not Scarlett Johansson.
I know.
You said the second time. Did I miss
Second
something?
time because you talked about boxers and Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, our sponsor, Anime Shorts. You're right, my bad. Go ahead. Second time. What the fuck? Yeah, go ahead. Please.
They're gonna take away our trademark for that.
Please go ahead. Yes. What about her?
She might be one of the other prophets.
How so?
Because she, especially after the people disappear, she's like working really hard to find everyone, and she's very like hopeless, but she's still working, and she's living off of yucky like grilled cheese, and she's just living in sorrow for the saints.
Oh my god,
that are lost.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
I think she is.
Then who's the third one? There's Doctor Strange.
Nah.
Star-Lord.
No.
Mantis.
No.
Drax.
No.
What the freak? Nebula
Groot?
or Groot? Groot. I think we should do a prayer in. No, I already asked you that. Okay, so not Groot.
No. Praying mantis is too
so
obvious.
none of the
name.
none of the none of the none of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay,
no, I don't think so.
How about
although Nebula could almost be argued, but she's almost like another Paul character.
How so? Okay, gotcha.
And then like,
I feel like, Nebula would be more like a false prophet who's changed.
Yeah, she would be a good description of that.
And then Thanos is Satan, is that right? He's like the beast.
Yeah. The end times.
He's the end times. Okay,
yeah.
he's the beast. Who's Jezebel? Who's the spirit of Jezebel? Who's the Jezebel?
It's the dude that's in the long robes that works for Thanos.
Okay.
Clearly, he has the spirit of Jezebel.
Endgame, I recommend it because it's number one. It's actually very good.
Even if you're not a Marvel head,
correct. It's very good.
It's like you could honestly just jump in with no pre-movies.
Yeah, you could.
No pre-game. And you could just watch like the last three.
But it's elite. It's an elite film. But if you,
it's kind of like before they rested on their laurels and decided to hire teenagers to write everything.
Facts.
And didn't pay anyone working wages.
So there's like a magician who he assists we'll say the great beast Thanos.
Yeah.
And he just does his work. He does his work.
Mm-hmm. And he's always talking about how wonderful the beast is, and he's like, "You're lucky to be able to die in the name of the end times."
Lord, that's good. That's good. Okay, so we got the beast covered. Who is the third? So back to the third.
You gotta help me out, man.
I'm still naming Spider-Man. Iron Man. Would it be Iron Man?
No.
Wait.
He's too full of himself.
Really? It's not Iron Man?
Nah.
So Iron Man is Jesus.
I mean, he could be, honestly. He'd be the closest equivalent.
But no, because he would be coming back. Jesus would actually be what's her name? Galactic lady?
Miss Marvel?
Yes, that would be Jesus.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that she would be, because she was like, "It's not all about you. I'm elsewhere working on things too."
Right.
Because
she's like the Spirit of God just moving in the earth, and then comes back and honestly could have ended the war. Well, she kind of does actually.
She does end it.
She kind of does it.
She's the only one that comes and finishes it out.
Yeah, so she would be like when the last trumpet and the saints are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the more I think about this, there actually is some legit parallels.
I love the facial expressions. If we were a visual podcast today, you guys would be getting
there.
a treat.
We'll get there.
Because
I'm still not
his
off.
evolution of facial expressions as I keep naming different ones. He's like, whoa, yeah.
We're still not off of that.
Telling you,
but
I should have been in sales. I could feed anyone anything.
when she comes back, talking about like the saints being resurrected, those who died in Christ, the army's a symbol. So she kind of does come back to a revival of sorts. You know what I'm saying? It's right when it's right before, but the saints are back. AKA
Wait,
everybody.
Can you talk about where the planes landed again after they bombed Iran? Where was it?
Oh, Missouri.
Why is this one Kansas?
Made you go back because I never get to use that
Yeah,
one.
that's true. You do get to use that one.
I know.
Sorry, y'all. I think I'm getting sick.
Yeah.
So I hope not, but pray for your boy when you hear this. So if she's Jesus.
Yep. Are you still trying to make me name the third prophet?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure. I need to know who the third prophet is. I can't close out. I can't close the show without.
Okay, I'm trying.
But I can keep naming characters. You said not Iron Man, Hulk.
No. Actually, he would be a good fit because he went from his earthly, power and then decided to just be in his Holy Spirit game. Yeah, that would make sense.
Am I? Hang on a second.
Read about the last.
I might be
prophets.
perpetuating some. Hang on a second.
Are you talking about the three prophets?
Yeah,
I thought you were just playing. I didn't. Think
No, I thought.
I didn't think you were saying for sure.
Okay, I thought there was. Maybe I'm tripping. I may have just thrown some.
I thought you were just like.
I may have just thrown some lore in. So in the Left Behind movies, there's a point where like some evangelists get like killed, but then like they like come back to life.
No, that's the Antichrist.
No. I know that, but there's like they're like.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what? I think they're angels.
I don't know. It's been literally
I think they're
a million
angels.
years. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think they're angels.
Sure.
And then they preach. They're
Okay.
just preaching the whole time. And like I remember there's a scene where they like look at each other and they give each other like the dumbest grins of like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to, including my eschatology's off.
Since you got any, advice for our cats out here?
What's the final word? What's the good word in this time of tribulation?
What's after we went through all?
Yeah.
The final word would be, obviously, in these times, please don't let your fear isolate and paralyze you in that way.
Because people still need to hear the good news of the gospel.
Well, and also we need to minister to each other. Like,
that's good. That's very
we
good.
need
That's very
to be lifting each other up. There's so much when end times come about trying to reach out to the lost and the people who might not know about Jesus.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who've known about Jesus and you would think that they're fine, but then when end times come, maybe their faith is shaky.
Very good.
And they might be making some decisions in their heart and mind that are not going to get them to the final resting place, honestly. So let's just be aware that
really good, Lord.
Absolutely everyone around us who might look and smell like a Christian to us, we don't know people's hearts.
Somebody's been in their word.
Let's just be.
It's not me. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, that's really good. That's really good.
Let's just be ministering to each other and encouraging each other, and spending time together, and just like living life. Yes, but also like you don't need to just say, "Hey, bro, like let's have like a 5-hour prayer session." I mean, if you got time for that, sweet.
Yeah.
Do that.
That's good.
Invite pizza in, obviously.
But that's really good. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, just be aware of like your homies.
Yeah.
For sure. Because those are the people you've earned those conversations with too. So it's like you have a spot that's like love in their hearts, and those are the people that really you need to be checking on. And God put you in the time and place that you are, not necessarily to go reach outside of your circle and go find strangers and shake them and say, like, listen to me. You can, and there's definitely people who are made like that. That's awesome. But you obviously have the people around you for a reason, and you need to be aware of those people in your inner and medium-sized circle.
Might be a word for me.
So
That's
not,
really
I mean,
good.
not just like your sisters and stuff, but that too, obviously.
I would add to that too. One of the mistakes I feel like American Christianity, among the myriad mistakes, is almost looking at end times as the bus is almost here. Like we're all, it's a bit like you're just chilling at the bus stop, waiting for it to show up. When it's like, no, leave the bus stop. The bus will.
They'll find you. Yeah, they'll find you. You'll be beamed up.
Exactly.
It's all good.
And again, this is not rapture theology. What I'm saying is, you have a personal rapture, your day of death.
Sure.
You don't know when that day is.
The cat bus will find
yes,
you.
when the cat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, as much anime as possible.
You have that sweet yellow light
when the yellow
from
cat
its
bus
cute eyes
shines its light on you. You want that kitty to be
feel the
smiling
warmth.
at you and saying, "Get on, I found you."
To my fuzzy little
I
seats.
found you working and coming to my rest.
That's true.
Because go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was really good you brought up the Left Behind stuff earlier, because I've definitely been partial to that mentality of that's our freedom point. Like once the end times hit, sweet, we get to leave.
Yeah.
So it's like, please reevaluate. We did a study on this a little bit ago after we watched a sermon that kind of confused us.
Yeah.
So like maybe look into that for your own sake. Michael Brown has a lot of good things to say about that, but just don't rest on your laurels.
And remember that. No, that was good. I was just gonna say, remember that the mistake that I think has been made in America is whether you believe in the rapture or not, the urgency that more people need to know Christ. And I'm just as guilty. So this is not me like saying this from a place of like I figured it out.
Bet.
More people need to know Christ, and there should be an urgency and like using just crafting your life around that. It's very easy, I think, in America to get caught up in doing what maybe is good, planning for the future, investing, like whatever your thing is, and you just start to derail, and your life becomes about, I guess the status quo, like living a life that God doesn't actually have for you, because it is not. The focus isn't people meeting Christ, and therefore God is my provider. The only thing that can't be shaken is Christ. How can I build my life around that? You know what I'm saying? It becomes like building your life on sand, really. Like, and that's kind of not necessarily what that verse was about, but continue to remember that above all else, we need to be loving people and loving God, and loving people is sharing with them the hope that is within you. So in times like this, like it should just only encourage you, like, yeah, we don't know, if not the world, we don't know how long this nation has left, we don't know how long we have left, we don't know how long our friends have, like all of that. And again, guilty.
Just remind us how temporal everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if this doesn't turn into like a large scale war,
I wouldn't want you to chill off to chill off, like, okay, I guess the urgency is gone. You know what I'm saying? You should live with that urgency.
Yep.
So, and if you notice in your heart,
and not in like a dark conviction, like you suck kind of way.
Yeah, correct. This is not to correct. This is not to crush you.
I absolutely suck at it.
This is not to crush you. This is just to say, where have I been crafting my life around things that aren't that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how can everything I do be to the end of so that people can know Jesus?
Yep.
Right? Not that so that I can be smarter, feel better about myself, whatever, which I'm very guilty of. So,
and in like a corny, dorky, like anime way, how can you look into the sky and see the sparkles and enjoy the beauty that God created?
I love that.
And just like embrace life like you are wheelchair bound.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Or just trying to like embrace the time you have with your loved ones in like a more meaningful way.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you. That's very good. Well, Chocolate family, we love you, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Love you.